Hello everyone, welcome back to my lesson series Introduction to Web Design and Development. First of all, I apologize I couldn't make a video many of you have reached. I was looking at the analytics. Many of you have already arrived at my last lesson, which is very nice, and thank you very much for your feedback. I can see lots of comments, likes, and everybody. Many of my friends, they rang me and they really appreciated. So I'm very thankful to all of you guys for giving your feedback, and it was a very busy schedule for last 2 days, so I couldn't make any videos. But anyway, we are back into our lesson series. So last time I created a basic sort of HTML structure in front of you, a basic page where we rendered one heading and one paragraph. I remember there was a lorem ipsum running on the page, and I explained you about the overall doc type and type of the document and header part and the role of meta information in the header and the body part, and um, I explained you in the body part, which is going to be main content area. What I will do is, from in today's lesson, if you can you can already see it says on a computer screen basics of HTML. Today I will start the basics of HTML. This is very important for you to understand the basics. Many of you might be already very expert developers. They know HTML very well, but please keep in mind many of the people, they are very new to the tutorials. So what I will do is I'll try to cover maximum I can within these lesson videos. But HTML, all the tags covering is first thing is there's no point to cover all of them. I'll tell you how the general ruling of writing an HTML tag and some of the major HTML tags. So when we are actually developing the complex websites, we know how to make a table or lists or anchor tags or drop images on the page or videos or these all things. So you will learn all the majorly used HTML tags, and I might leave few things to you to explore as an assignment if anybody wants to take as a sort of challenge or assignment or whatever. So coming to HTML, basics of HTML. Um, if I move on to the next slide in front of you, I put a few points here for you to remember. First of all, HTML tags are surrounded by angle brackets. Any HTML tag you write, there are few general rules. If you remember, it's going to make your life easy and you won't make any syntax errors in the code. While coding, if you know little bit of a programming already, you probably know there are three types of errors you can make. The syntax error, where you mistype something or you miss the backslash or forward slash or something, general rules of the language. Other type of the errors is a logical error, where you was supposed to be writing a plus operator and in arithmetic operator, and instead of writing a plus, you by mistake you wrote a division or asterisk or minus or any other operator. So what happens is when program runs, because minus operator is also an operator for computer, so it doesn't take that as an error. So what happens is the logic of the program goes wrong, where the calculation at the end is going to go wrong. So so first type of errors you can make is the syntax error. Other type of the error is the logical error, and third type is a runtime error, when you write a maybe infinite loop or something, where you trying to use all the memory of the computer or something. So and your computer collapses or goes for infinite loop, or so that kind of error is a runtime error. So coming back to these general ruling for HTML, HTML tags are normally they come in a pairs, and they when you write HTML tag is basically forward slash, sorry, they are in angle brackets, and then you provide the content of the basically that HTML tag, and then they another point you should remember is they always come in a pairs. If you write P for paragraph, you will be opening the paragraph and closing it. Another point is the first tag in the pair is the start tag, and is the end tag. There are few tags which are kind of a, you can say, self-closing tag, or but using a forward slash is quite important, and closing. What happens in some pages when you forget about closing a tag, that keeps going on and it messes up the style of the page, or it can generate more errors. So third point is the end tag is written like a start tag, but forwards with a end slash. As you can see, any tag we end with a forward slash. So that was the general ruling. And now I'm just starting from the headings, and I will one by one quickly. I think it's better to code as well. What I'll do is I'll open the slides on the side so I don't just slip away from the topics, and I'll open a coding uh, here. That was a page we started last time, and in this page, what we can, as you can see, I already used the HTML h1 tag. So h1, h2, h3, if I just close this, so if I write here and I remove this one, so H1 is the highest priority sort of text. In terms of text data, that's the highest priority line. What does that mean? If you have a H1, it's recommended, like, if you shouldn't be using more than one H1 on one page because of the SEO reasons. Because if you make so many H1s on a page, you're basically confusing the Google what is important on the page. So one title, which is should be the main tagline of the page content. But anyway, SEO is not our reason. But another point is the font sizes. You probably straight away notice if you write something in H1, it's going to look bigger. If you add something in H2, you can, this is my second heading. I can quickly write few headings for you. And H3, this is my third heading, and they go all the way to H6, so I can write to up to, this is my fourth heading. So if I save that document and go back to the folder where this document is sitting, remember we created a folder last time on our desktop. So if I double click, that should come up on our as you can see, the font size is, the H1 is big, the second is maybe a bit smaller font than the H1, then it goes on. You can go up to H6. Another important element is paragraph. As I already explained, anything you put between P and forward slash P, that's basically closing, that's starting. And if you put anything here, I told you last time, if you like write a lorem and it gives you lots of text for free, I quite like that little command. So if you see, we have a text element here. Similarly, we have more elements in the HTML. For example, the paragraph, I already told you, you can write a small paragraph, a big paragraph. To add a bit of spacing between the paragraphs, you can add, for example, if I have a sort of paragraph here and I have a lorem, that's going to come up straight underneath the other text here. If I refresh, so it's here. If I want to add a more spacing in between two paragraphs, what I can do is I can use a line break command. So that's gonna shift a paragraph one step. So if you keep using more sort of spaces, line breaks, more you shifting the content down because you're adding more line breaks. But we don't need the line breaks. So if I go back and my slides, the next important tag is the anchor tag. Anchor tag is basically a link, how you navigate to from one site to another site, and you Google something and you click on a link and you go to another page and you go into a completely different word. So all that is possible through the anchor tags. Anchor tags is basically you write a and then you provide href. Href contains the target, like where we want to take a person when somebody clicks on link. For example, if I give this a link to www.legendscloud.co.uk and I write visit my website, and what it is going to do is going to provide us a link on a page where we can click and we should be able to go to the Legends Cloud website. Because I'm on my computer settings are like this, as you can see, linked is being passed on to the next sort of thing. It's being generated here, so I can maybe try with the target blank, so maybe it opens in a new tab. Yeah, if you see it opened, but it carries all my file settings here. But as you can see, it's going on into the onto the link legendscloud.co.uk. This is how you navigate from one page to another page, and or within the pages. I'll make more pages and I'll sort that problem out. Why is it not going onto the real link? But this is how you provide the anchor tags in your website. You can these anchor tags, these links can be internal links, they can be external links. For example, I can provide a link to my index file, HTML, or I can take a user to contact us page when somebody clicks on a on a link. So you can do HTML, sorry. So it's entirely up to you. Provide the internal link or external. Internal are the ones they are sitting on the same website, but if you take users to other people's website, you're taking to external. So what I will do is I'll quickly go through some of the more tags. So we have a link tag, then we have a image tag. I think my video is floating a bit too long. What I will do is I'll create another video and I'll explain the image tag in that video. So stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.